She thought she was about to teach a single father a lesson. He looked tired, humble, and completely out of place in her world. But when the challenge began, she had no idea that the quiet man standing across from her had once served as a Navy SEAL, and that his greatest strength was not fighting. It was knowing when to show kindness. The room was about to witness something nobody would forget. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Kindness Story, like this video, and leave a comment telling us what you would have done in his place. Sometimes, one small act of kindness can change a person's entire life. Victoria Hayes was the CEO of a successful security technology company in Virginia. At 38, she had built her company from nothing into a multi-million-dollar business. She was intelligent, confident, disciplined, and a fifth-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and karate. People respected Victoria. Some were even afraid of her. She believed strength meant never showing weakness. One rainy Monday morning, Victoria arrived at her company's training center and noticed a man standing near the entrance. He was wearing an old navy blue jacket, worn boots, and carrying a backpack. Beside him stood 3 young boys. The oldest looked about 10. The youngest couldn't have been more than 5. Victoria stopped. "Can I help you?" she asked. The man smiled politely. "My name is Marcus. I was told there was an interview for the maintenance position." Victoria looked at the boys. "This is a workplace, not a daycare." Marcus lowered his eyes for a moment. "I understand. My sitter canceled this morning. I couldn't leave them alone." The youngest boy coughed. Marcus immediately placed a hand on his shoulder. "It's okay, buddy." Victoria watched him carefully. "You're a single father?" "Yes, ma'am." "And you still came to an interview knowing you couldn't guarantee childcare?" Marcus nodded. "I need the job." Something about his answer bothered Victoria. She had spent years believing that successful people made plans. They didn't arrive with excuses. So she decided to test him. "Follow me." Marcus looked confused but followed her into the company's private training room. Several employees were already there. Victoria pointed toward a training mat. "You said you have security experience." Marcus nodded. "A little." "A little?" Victoria smiled. "Then show me." Marcus glanced at his sons. "Do I have to?" Victoria folded her arms. "If you want the job." The room became silent. Marcus slowly placed his backpack on the floor. His oldest son whispered, "Dad, you got this." Marcus smiled. "I know, buddy." Victoria stepped onto the mat. She expected him to be nervous. He wasn't. She moved first. In seconds, Marcus avoided her grip. Victoria attacked again. He stepped aside. Again. And again. The employees stared. Victoria's confidence began disappearing. Finally, she rushed forward with a powerful takedown attempt. Marcus caught her movement, redirected her momentum, and gently brought her to the mat. He didn't hurt her. He didn't even hold her down. He simply stepped back. Victoria sat there in disbelief. "Who are you?" Marcus looked at her quietly. "Just a father looking for a job." Victoria stood up. "Nobody moves like that." Marcus sighed. "I served in the Navy." Victoria narrowed her eyes. "What unit?" Marcus hesitated. Then he answered quietly. "SEALs." The room went completely silent. Victoria suddenly understood. The man she had judged by his old clothes had spent years training for situations most people could never imagine. But Marcus wasn't proud of defeating her. He wasn't smiling. Instead, he walked over to his youngest son and noticed that the boy was shivering. Marcus immediately took off his jacket and wrapped it around him. Victoria watched. That moment affected her more than the fight. She realized Marcus had been holding back the entire time. Not because he was weak. Because he had discipline. Victoria looked at him. "Why didn't you tell me?" Marcus shrugged. "Because I didn't come here to prove I'm tough." He looked at his sons. "I came here because they need a better life." Those words hit Victoria hard. For the first time in years, she felt embarrassed by her own behavior. She had challenged a man she knew nothing about. She had judged him because he was a black single father arriving with 3 children. And she had mistaken kindness for weakness. Victoria walked toward the boys. "I'm sorry," she said. Marcus looked surprised. She continued. "I was wrong to judge your situation. Your children don't make you unprofessional. They make you responsible." The oldest boy smiled. Victoria turned to Marcus. "The job is yours." Marcus blinked. "Are you sure?" "Yes. And there's something else." She pointed toward a small unused office. "We can turn that into a temporary family room. Your boys can stay there after school until you find reliable childcare." Marcus didn't know what to say. "Why would you do that?" Victoria smiled. "Because someone once helped me when I needed it." Marcus looked at her. "What happened?" Victoria's expression softened. "When I was 22, I failed at my first business. I lost almost everything. A stranger gave me a place to work for 3 months without asking for anything in return." She paused. "I never forgot it." Marcus smiled. "Then I guess you're just passing it forward." Victoria nodded. "Exactly." Over the next few months, Marcus became one of the company's most trusted employees. But he didn't just maintain the building. He helped create a safety training program for employees. He also started teaching free self-defense classes for single parents in the community. Victoria joined him. The woman who once believed strength meant domination learned that real strength could look very different. It could look like patience. It could look like forgiveness. It could look like giving someone another chance. One afternoon, Victoria saw Marcus's youngest son drawing a picture. It showed his father standing beside 3 boys. Above them, the child had written 4 simple words. "My dad saves us." Victoria smiled. She realized the boy wasn't talking about the Navy. He was talking about every morning Marcus woke up early. Every night he worked late. Every meal he struggled to provide. Every time he chose patience when life gave him another reason to be angry. Marcus had already fought his hardest battles. And none of them had happened on a battlefield. They happened at home. They happened in quiet moments when nobody was watching. Years later, Victoria would often tell new employees about the day a single father walked into her company with 3 boys and changed the way she understood strength. She would say, "I thought I was challenging him that day. The truth is, he was teaching me." Marcus never became famous. He never talked about his military past unless someone asked. He simply kept helping people. Because he understood something many powerful people forget. Being strong isn't about proving that you're better than someone else. It's about using your strength to lift someone who is struggling. And sometimes, the person who looks like they need help is actually the person who has the most strength to give. So the next time you see someone struggling, don't be so quick to judge. Maybe that tired parent is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Maybe that quiet person has survived things you could never imagine. And maybe your smallest act of kindness, a job opportunity, a warm meal, a listening ear, or simply saying, "I believe in you," could become the moment that changes their life. Kindness doesn't make you weak. Kindness is strength with a heart. And just like Marcus showed Victoria that rainy morning, sometimes the strongest people in the room are the ones who don't need to prove anything at all. So be kind. Help someone. Give someone another chance. Because you never know how far one simple act of kindness can travel.